Good morning to everyone gathered here. The Department of English, St. Joseph's College, Tiruchirappalli, graciously welcomes you for the valediction of CYNOSURE 21 and National Level Intercollegiate Literary Fiesta. To start this event, we will begin with a short invocation to the Creator. To initiate us in prayer, I cordially invite Mr. Benwick of First BA English.
Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord hath risen upon you. Gracious Heavenly Father, thank you for being our light and source of our actions. Help us to make a difference in this world for the glory of your most holy name. We offer everything to you during this program, and your infinite blessings would mean the success of this program. Let grace and peace be upon our lives. We make this prayer through the same Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Benwick. To welcome the gathering, I now call upon Ms. Danis of First MA English.
A fight determines victory. A battle is a race to conquer. A why is competing to achieve. A competition is an exploration of bringing out the best. A very good morning to each and everyone present here. Welcome to the valediction of CYNOSURE 21, an Inter-Collegiate Literary Fiesta conducted by the St. Joseph's College, Trichy. Every guest loves to be welcomed by the host, but some guests are given extra love as they are a part of one family. I welcome Dr. S. Joseph Arul Jayraj, former head of the department, St. Joseph's College, Trichy. Welcome, sir. Despite running his race, the gravity of a legend would pull the other races towards the success line. I welcome Dr. V.L. Jayapaul, head of the Department of English, St. Joseph's College, Trichy. Welcome, sir. The functioning of any association is in the hands of its representatives. The Association of English Department is well known for its marvelous work. I welcome Dr. J. Amalavinas, President of the English President of the English St. Joseph's College, Trichy, and the various other colleges present here. Welcome, teachers. A success is an achievement. A failure is a double achievement, as it is said to be the stepping stone of success. I welcome all the entrants for their participating spirit needs to be appreciated. Welcome, my dear participants. Audience play a great role in making any program a success. For your passive listening and active participation encourages us to work and give more. I welcome you, dear audience. Once again, I welcome you all. Welcome.
Thank you, Danis. I invite our beloved head of the department, Dr. V.L. Jayapaul, St. Joseph's College, Tiruchirappalli, to felicitate the gathering.
Good morning to you all. I'm really very happy to be here in this meet. First of all, I should thank our management for giving us this great opportunity to conduct so many programs for the benefit of our students. And this year, Dr. Amala Vilas, with the headship of Dr. Amala Vilas, the association has conducted a lot of programs, and particularly this CYNOSURE 2021. And a special word of appreciation to the association president, Dr. Amala Vilas, and the vice president, Professor Sajiv, and also the student secretaries, Chris Alvin from 2nd MA, Dalvin from 3rd BA, who led the whole department with the activities for the students. I especially congratulate all the other members who all supported them. Andrea from 2nd MA, Rini Sinhala from 1st MA, Leo from first MA, and Diego Benwick from first UG, who actively participates in all the meetings and also supports all the events. And a special word of thanks to Dr. Joseph Arul Jayraj, who is the chief guest of the day. Sir, we are really happy to see you after a long time with all our student friends, along with our student friends. Thank you for sparing your valuable time, sir. And I would also like to congratulate all the participants. Now the meet is completely full with 100. I'm really very happy that all the students are very eagerly waiting to attend this meeting. So once again, I thank all the organizers and the participants. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I am profusely overjoyed to take the opportunity to invite Dr. S. Joseph Arul Jayraj, the former head, Department of English, St. Joseph's College, Trichy, for the valedictory address.
Respected Dr. V.L. Jayapaul, Head Department of English St. Joseph's College, Trichy, Dr. J. Amala Venus, Professor Sajeev, President and Vice President of the Association, Student Secretaries, Mr. Chris Alvin and others, and my dear esteemed colleagues of the Department of English, and my dear student friends, happy afternoon to you all. Almost after a year, I am meeting you online. At the beginning of my talk, I would like to congratulate the winners and the winners to be. I wholeheartedly appreciate the efforts taken by the Department of English and the people in charge of conducting this program, and the participants who participated willingly with competitive spirit. Some would have won, some would have lost the race. But don't worry, there is no runners-up in any race. It is for our own convenience we call them so. So there are only winners and winners to be. Short story. A short story typically takes the form of a brief fictional prose narrative that is shorter than a novel and that usually deals with only a few characters. According to me, a short story is a short novel and a novel is a lengthy short story. Anecdotes, fables, fairy tales, and parables are examples of the oral storytelling tradition that help to shape the short story, such as the painting of the dog and his reflection from Aesop fables. My definition of short story is it should have the following characteristics. Succinctness. S for succinctness, which means clear, precise, and concise. H stands for hilarious. which is extremely interesting. O stands for omniscient, which means knowing everything. The author knows everything. R stands for reflective, thinking deeply about things, events, and persons. T stands for terse. Terse means short or burst. I have explained what is short. I am going to explain what is a short story according to me. Story, S stands for scintillating. Scintillating means fascinating. T stands for tactful, diplomatic way of narrating or describing the story. And the author should know what to say, what not to say, whom to say, when to say, where to say, and how to say. O stands for outstanding. Outstanding means prominent, distinguished, excellent. R stands for rhetorical, relating to rhetoric, a question asked to produce an effect rather than to garner information. Y stands for youthful, description or narration with fresh, vigorous, and active words and phrases. Makes people young. When we read short stories, whether children or old people, they feel young. They go back to their golden memories. There are 5 important elements of short story. First is character. A character is a person or sometimes an animal who takes part in the action of the story or the other literary work. Second is setting. The setting of a short story is a time and place in which the action takes place. Authors often use descriptions of landscape, scenery, buildings, seasons, or weather to provide a strong sense of setting. Third point is plot. A plot is a series of events and character actions that relate to the central conflict. Fourth point is conflict. The conflict is a struggle between two people or things in a story. The main character is usually on one side of the central conflict. On the other side, the main character may struggle against another important character, against the forces of nature, against society, or even against something inside himself or herself, which means one's feelings, emotions, beliefs, and illness. Fifth point is theme. The theme is the central idea or belief in a short story. In Macbeth, William Shakespeare portrays at the beginning of the play Macbeth as a promising and successful commander of King Duncan's army who deteriorates and becomes a nihilist towards the end of the play and becomes a tragic hero. On hearing the death of Lady Macbeth, Macbeth says, "She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this pretty space from day to day, from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Let's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing." Dear friends, this description suits well to define a short story. Exactly, this is what happens in every character in the short story. For example, Geoffrey Chaucer's Canterbury Tales. The tale starts at the Tabard Inn, a tavern in Southwark near London. The narrator joins a company of 29 pilgrims. The pilgrims, like the narrator, are traveling to the shrine of the martyr St. Thomas Becket. St. Thomas Becket in Canterbury. The use of pilgrimage as the framing device enabled Chaucer to bring together people from various walks of life of the English society. The Canterbury Tales consists of the general prologue, the knight's tale, the miller's tale, the reeve's tale, the cook's tale, the man of law's tale, the wife of Bath's tale, the friar's tale, the summoner's tale, the clerk's tale, the merchant's tale, the squire's tale, the franklin's tale, the second nun's tale, the canon's yeoman's tale, the physician's tale, the pardoner's tale, the shipman's tale, the prioress tale, the tale of Sir Thopas, the tale of Melibus in prose, the monk's tale, the nun's priest's tale, the manciple's tale, and the parson's tale, which is written in prose. Actually, the 24 tales are short dramatic scenes called links, presenting lively exchanges, usually involving the host and one or more of the pilgrims. Later, the author added 2 more tales to his book. The host, whose name we find out in the prologue to the Cook's Tale, is Harry Bailey, suggests that the group ride together and entertain one another with stories. He decides that each pilgrim will tell 2 stories on the way to Canterbury and 2 on the way back. Whomever he judges to be the best storyteller will receive a meal at Bailey's tavern. It is a courtesy of the pilgrims. The pilgrims draw lots and determine who will tell the tale. But Chaucer did not complete the full plan of his book. The return journey from Canterbury is not included, and some of the pilgrims do not tell stories. I hope you remember all these details very well. Now I pass on to a very popular American short story writer, Edgar Allan Poe. He defines the length of the short stories as follows. Short stories typically range from 1,600 to 20,000 words. And he prescribes the time limit also. A short story should take 30 minutes to 2 hours to read. But according to me, I am also a short story writer. Now I have turned to writing biblical short stories. I have completed 5 volumes. And as a short story writer, I beg to differ from Edgar Allan Poe. So according to me, short story should be long enough to cover the whole matter and short enough to expose the matter attractively. So a short story should take 3 minutes to 15 minutes to read, not more than that. I will give you an example of a very short story. My friend asked me, "Do you believe in ghosts?" I said, "No." On hearing my reply, my friend simply disappeared. That is the end of the story. Therefore, my advice to you all is to stop watching but start reading and writing a lot of short stories. And it will enhance your communication skills and empower you to live your lives with good values. Most of us meddle with our cell phones. We never read books. But at least start reading short stories, which is meant for children. And later you can proceed to read novels, which is a lengthy short story. Actually, kids actively listening to the charming narrations, which would incite young minds with dreams impossible. These narrations of the oldies and grannies and grandpas were spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings for just and a moral world, a longing for milk and honey in the land they live, a life of happiness and joy perhaps they dream of. Our literature, our illiterate grandparents and great writers, even the old grannies at home, had imbibed the nuances of a master storyteller who could mesmerize their little audience with techniques and methods of narration, which even stalwarts in the field of histrionics would dare to exhibit. Birds and animals were able to speak. Mountains and rivers were at the command of little prince and princess and whatnot. What theology and philosophy or literature could not, the simple folks were able to achieve. These short stories were the birthplace for many a literature, and even the new cinematography and digital world learn a lot from this storehouse of imagination and ecstasy. Unfortunately, in the modern days, this tradition is completely taken over by hi-fi generation. It has become a rare commodity because it is replaced with modern gadgets. In the new world of consumerism and market economy, many things are disappearing from and denied to children. Grandparents are missing in the nuclear families. Parents have no time to sit with their children before they go to sleep. Teachers are in a hurry to complete their syllabus and workload, even NAC workload. Okay, so I have experienced it. That's what I'm sharing. Okay, more than a professorial work, you have to do a lot of clerical work. So professors are converted into practically clerks by UGC and the NAC. And I don't know what they are going to achieve out of this. Okay, this is what happening in this scenario. Storytelling and story writing and story reading becomes mandatory in order to be human, because we work like machines, robots, and we seldom forget the fact that we are human beings with flesh and blood. The society has forgotten that children are like wet cement or clay. Whatever falls on them makes an impression, and children learn more from what we are than what we teach. It is many a time true that children have never been very good at listening to their elders, but they have never failed to imitate them. Unfortunately, today, many opine that children have lesser role models of excellence and eminence to imitate. Short stories teach the readers or listeners how to think and not what to think. I repeat, short stories teach the readers or listeners how to think and not what to think. The story writers and tellers and the story readers and listeners of the short stories are likely to live up to what one believes of them. Children are great imitators, so we should give them something great to imitate. But in the store racks of our college library or in the libraries of other colleges even in the great universities, stories of worth and very especially short stories in English are very much missing. But I have contributed my storybooks, 100 anecdotal short stories to kids, to our library, college library. Anybody can go and borrow the book and read and enjoy the stories. Versatile writers and voracious readers too can find this lacunae in the literary world and need to give their might to children's literature. It is the writers or storytellers' commitment to the generations to come. They should think of the power of words that could make an impact on children and encourage them to create future dreams and live a life of happiness ever after. The greatest legacy one can pass on to one's children and grandchildren is not money or property, but rather a legacy of character and faith. A short story writer or short storyteller is expected to do this great deed through this venture. Let's hope and believe that every child that we encounter is a divine appointment, and every word that we utter to children is a deposit of hope, faith, and love for a more just, fraternal, and equal world. With the words of Hamlet, for time being, words, words, words. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your thoughtful and inspiring words. Thank you so much for the energy, care, and enthusiasm you gave to this program. I now call upon Mr. Chris Alvin, the Secretary of the Department, to announce the result of CYNOSURE 21.
Before that, may I now call upon Dr. V.L. Jayapaul, President of the Drama Club, to announce the results of In the Spotlight, which is an inter-departmental competition held by the Drama Club. Over to Dr. V.L. Jayapaul.
Thank you very much, Chris Alvin. I'm very happy to announce the results of In the Spotlight, a soliloquy competition. Let me announce the first prize. The first prize, that is, winner is Rini Cinderella from First MA. Congratulations, Rini Cinderella. And the second place, that is the runner-up, that is shared by two people. The second place goes to Diego Benwick of First BA English Literature of our college. And the second place is shared again with another person from second MA, Andrea Maria Lozes. She is sharing the second place along with Diego Benwick. Congratulations to the winners and the runners, and a special word of appreciation to all the participants who participated in this soliloquy. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So before going to the results, I would like to thank Dr. J. Amalavinas, the President of the English Association, and Professor Sajeev, the Vice President of the English Association, for their continuous support and guidance. Similarly, I also like to thank Dr. S. John Bosco sir and Professor K. Primrose for their immense help and guidance. I also like to thank the student organizers, Benwick and Rahul from First BA, Vinith from Third BA, Leo, Reni, Aaron, Harish, Danis from first MA, and Andrea, Bella, Virgil, and Tunmai from second MA. Most importantly, I would like to thank the technical support rendered by Mr. Silas, Mr. Blessman, and Mr. Ernest. Without their support, this event would not be a great success. Throughout this academic year, we have organized more than 25 plus meetings in online, and their contribution and support is immense. Thank you, dear brothers. So before moving on to the winners list, now I like to thank the colleges for their participation. Kaveri College for Women, Trichy, the American College, Madurai, the American College, Madurai Self-Finance, Tyagarajar College, Madurai, B.V. Vanya Perumal College for Women, Virudhunagar. Now I also like to thank the judges for the events. Read a poem, Professor Primrose. Book review, Dr. Bubali Maria Francis. Literature, Dr. J. Amala Venus. Mini Saga, Professor Sam Jerome Sharon. And mock skit, Dr. S. John Bosco. So let's move on to the results. Read a poem. Second place goes to M. Abita of the American College Self-Finance. First place, Tyagaraja College. The event, Read a poem. Second place goes to M. Abita of the American College. The first place goes to B. Hemas Anthony Devi of Tyagaraja College. The event book review. Second place goes to Abhishek of Tyagaraja College. And M. Sobana is the winner for B.V. Vanya Perumal College for Women. The event literature. The runner is U. Abhishek, Tyagaraja College, Madurai. And the winner is K. Ramya Bharati of V.V. Vanya Perumal College for Women, Virudhunagar. The event Mini Saga. The second place goes to K. Hemalata of V.V. Vanya Perumal College for Women. And the first place goes to S. Vishwesh of the American College. The event mock skit. The second place goes to Kaveri College for Women, and the first place goes to Tyagaraja College. Kindly note, e-certificates will be sent through mail, and the prizes for the winners and runners will be sent to your college campus. I once again repeat, e-certificates will be sent through the registered mail ID of your professors, and the prizes for the winners and runners will be sent to your college campus. Thank you.
Thank you, Alvin. I now cordially invite Dr. J. Amala Venus, the President of the English Association, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's been an honor for me to propose these words of gratitude today. A thing well begun is half done. The academic year 2020-2021 gives a lot of unforgettable and unexpected experiences and memories. As we stepped into a new culture, we, Department of English, decided to give its best by using the resources available. With the blessings of Almighty and the guidance of our HOD, we successfully conducted interdepartmental competitions, intra-departmental competitions, and endowment lectures on behalf of the English Association. At the outset, first of all, I would like to thank our special speaker of the day, Dr. S. Joseph Arul Jayraj. I can proudly say that the experience we gained under the guidance of Sir helped and is helping us to organize such competitions even in this unusual pandemic situation. his pragmatic ways of approaching things, keeping cool in critical situations, and finding possible solutions aids us in many ways. Sir, we, as a whole, the Department of English, appreciate and thank you for honoring us with your presence. Thank you very much, sir. Next, I would like to thank our head, Department of English, Dr. V.L. Jayapaul. Sir took in charge of the department when a college entered into online mode. Lots of challenges, risks, and hardships. He faced everything with a subtle smile and made things possible in the best way. Faculty development programs, endowment lectures, competitions, and all the club activities which was conducted in this academic year was possible only with the untiring, consistent hard work he puts on. Thank you very much, sir, for your great support. Next, I would like to thank Professor S. Sajiv, Vice President of English Association, profusely for backing up the association activities with all his innovative ideas. Next, I would like to thank our student secretary, Mr. Chris Alvin of 2nd MA. As a tech savvy, he took in charge of all the association activities in online and also in offline mode. He never waits for any instructions from me and he finishes all works ahead and informs me. And he's such a good example for leadership. Thank you, Alvin, for your help. Finally, I thank all the students who did their MCs, welcome addresses, and voter thanks in various programs conducted by association. I thank all the staff members and the students of the English department uh, who have participated in this program and made this program a successful one. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, participants, for your active participation. Thank you, one and all.
So thank you, one and all, for having invited me, given me an opportunity to share some of my thoughts with you. Thank you.
Participants, kindly fill the attendance form.
Participants, we request you to fill in the attendance form. The link is posted there.